In this video, we're going to be taking a look at every single Halloween boss fight inside of the game, as well as some of the craziest rewards that these boss fights gave. Make sure to stay tuned throughout the entire video. Also, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's not waste any more time, and let's hop straight into it. So starting off with the first boss fight that I want to go over is the Spider Boss, which is the most recent boss fight that we've had inside of the game for the Halloween update. So inside of the last Build-A-Boat Halloween update, we had this secret room behind the waterfall right here. Now, inside of this waterfall, it led you into like the secret door where you actually had to activate the boss fight with players by standing on these pads that would open up this door. It would then teleport you into the secret place, which actually is where the RB Battles boss fight is right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna be able to play this boss fight again this year. Who knows? It's something to look out for. But anyway, what you had to do for this boss fight is fight the giant spider. Now, we've actually had this boss fight in two separate Build-A-Boat updates, and this boss fight is actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I believe they also updated some of the phases of it the second time it actually got added, but there was a few items that got released inside of this boss fight, like the boxing glove was obtainable during this boss, the Halloween harpoons, and I believe a bunch of candy as well. But basically, you just had to survive about like 5 to 6 phases of the spider boss, and I believe you could also repeat this boss fight for multiple rewards. So it was one of the boss fights you could repeat over and over again for multiple. There was also some cool glitches and tricks you could do to actually win this pretty much every single time. You could like glitch underneath the map. It was honestly pretty cool. You had to survive on these like wood crates right here, and honestly guys, I kind of missed this boss fight. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss it. And then how the boss fight actually ended was you had to like the spider was like fishing. It was kind of weird, and you actually you had to hook one of the bombs that actually destroyed the boss fight area, which you guys will see here in just a second. Also, these radioactive spiders would also chase you around as well, and these things are actually very creepy. But this was such a fun boss fight, guys. Like, I honestly miss playing this. And you can see right there, if you actually get reeled in with the fishing hook when you have this thing in your hands, then you complete the boss just like this. You guys will see the spider grabs it like this, and then it's gonna reel it in, and then we'll boom, just like that. And then you actually get the reward of a dragon harpoon and 125 gold. The dragon harpoon is actually really cool because it can actually track players, so it has like a really good tracking system. But also on top of that, inside of the first year that they added the spider boss, as I mentioned, they added it twice. The first time, you were actually able to obtain the boxing glove as a reward for completing the boss fight. So technically, the boxing glove is actually a Halloween item. Well, not at the same time, but it technically is. And of course, all the other candy inside of the game. But that is the Halloween boss fight. Let's take a look at the pumpkin boss inside of the game. Let's do it. The pumpkin boss was actually obtained from going into a secret area on the map, which I'll show you here in just a second. And it led you into this layer underneath a pumpkin patch, and which you guys can see right here. This is the pumpkin patch with it inside of it. You had to click on a pumpkin to activate it, and then it would like slowly start to creep you into the ground. And this was activated by clicking a secret lever on a tree. Like, secret wall would open up on black team. It was honestly really cool. This is one of my most favorite Build-A-Boat secrets ever added. Now, originally you were supposed to complete this boss fight in complete darkness, but we were not going to do that. So we actually glitched inside of it with a portal, so that way we could actually have light. This boss fight wasn't that hard to do, but you had to actually take it out with the hand cannon, which honestly was kind of hard, not gonna lie, to start off. But this boss fight was actually really well made. You get 10 pumpkins and 50 gold for completing. And I believe you could also replay that boss fight on repeats, but you actually got these cool little jack-o'-lanterns right here, which also later on got added shop during Halloween events as well. Inside last year's Halloween event, they actually added these to the shop for gold with them, which was honestly really cool. But guys, I mean, there's still even more secret boss fights inside of the game. Pumpkin boss is really cool. In fact, I'll actually show you how you actually activated it. So it was on black team right here, and if you actually pulled this lever right over by this tree, I believe it was this tree, you had to like put the branches in a certain order. Like, you could click on each one, and you had to put them in a secret order, and then it would open up a wall back here, and then it would spawn in a giant area towards the back there. And honestly, it was a very awesome boss fight. Now, this next secret boss fight that I'm gonna go over is also a Halloween boss, and it was activated pretty much the same exact way as the pumpkin boss. Let's go ahead and check it out. The skeleton boss you had to activate by first off opening up the secret room, and then you had to click on like these like torches around the map. They were hidden around the map very briefly. Once you activated all the torches, you had to fight the skeleton boss, which was honestly probably, in my opinion, the hardest Build-A-Boat boss to ever exist. We actually tried to fight the mech, you guys can see right here. That was actually insane. But yeah, the Halloween boss we got this year was just, honestly, it was almost impossible to do. I mean, you had to fight this in complete darkness. The skeleton boss would like teleport pretty much everywhere, and it was so hard to actually defeat it. Like, we literally had to have so many players. You could see the aftermath of all the skeleton hands laying on the ground. I mean, it was insane. And that all happened right here on this Build-A-Boat plot. So I'm honestly hoping they add a Halloween update this year with the new Halloween boss, or maybe return one of the old ones. But there's actually another secret Halloween boss that I have to show you guys that not that many players actually know about. It was actually inside of one of these stages of Build-A-Boats, and it was pretty cool. I mean, this pumpkin boss was inside of the middle of a stage, which you guys can see right here. I don't really know if this is technically counted as a boss fight, but I believe there was actually something you could do with this. Like, you could actually move the boss. I mean, this thing had its own stage. I mean, obviously it was a boss, but I don't think we could actually kill it inside of the game. And honestly, it was a very, very fun stage inside of the game. I do miss it a lot. I wonder if they could make like a cool revamped part of it. Imagine that stage revamped. Like, that would honestly be really, really cool. Now, speaking about quest and boss fights inside of the game, and specifically Halloween updates, I have to share with you guys a feature inside of the last Halloween update we got that I thought was really, really awesome. And it was a way in which you guys could actually get free items around the map of Build-A-Boat, but not just any items, Halloween harpoons, and on top of that, custom candy inside of the game, or just Halloween candy inside of the game. And these were hidden in some crazy ways. They actually implemented a brand new way to find items around the map using a treasure map. I mean, it was insane. So inside of the last Halloween update we got, I mean, you can see there was other map changes, other features as well, but of course we actually had this map right here. Now, when you open this map, it would give you a hint of where the location for the hidden item was. And what you actually had to do was dig with the shovel in that location, and not only could you find candy, but also in parts that weren't even marked on the map, they hid Halloween harpoons as well. But this would give you the location. It wouldn't tell you exactly where it is, so you had to actually line it up on the map to find the exact spots. And you can't just dig in random places and try to find it, but right here was actually one of the locations. They even added it right here with the harpoons as well. So if you actually, these ones were completely unmarked. I don't know how people actually found these, but in certain locations around the map, if you dug at certain spots, you could actually get the Halloween harpoons, which honestly, I don't know how any players actually found these because they weren't marked on the map, but there was some hidden in stages around the build areas. As I mentioned, I have no idea how people found these because I feel like that'd be literally impossible. Maybe if they accidentally found it by digging in the wrong spots, but as more of these got found, more started to appear, and maybe there was some that we actually missed that never got found, who knows. But there was also another one over here inside of this Halloween stage. I mean, it was honestly a pretty cool feature. I also keep getting a lot of comments asking if there's going to be a Halloween update this year, and honestly guys, there's no confirmation yet that we're getting one. There's been no news about it either, but check this out. The testing server was actually updated on October 2nd, which means maybe they were something for Halloween. I'm not entirely too sure, but if there is a Halloween update, I mean, it might be more towards Halloween or like the middle of the month. We actually got the last Halloween update dropped in November, believe it or not, because Roblox actually went down when it was about to update. But anyway, let me know down below what Halloween boss was your guys' favorite. Make sure to go ahead and drop a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all inside of the next one.